Presenting my fresh paper, Technology on the Run, Promoting Active Behavior in Diverse ICT Supported Physical Education Classes. The presenter is a Ph.D. student in Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznan. Let's begin by playing a game. When you hear the clap, fold your arms to your chest. Great work. When you hear the sound of a whistle, put your hands on your shoulders. Good work. When will you hear a squeak of a duck, put your hands on your head. Great. So what's so special? We used technology to find the right tools for enhancing physical activity motivation. And it's in the presentation that you cannot see now. So let's go back and see our progress in our lives. You can see the cars about 120 years ago and today. Let's go also to the phone today. Let's go back 115 years ago and today. Ladies and gentlemen, little has changed. We are on a crisis. Let's see the motivation for physical activity about 115 years ago. And today, we had three main revolutions. 12,000 years ago, went through the agriculture revolution. 200 years ago, we had the industrial revolution. And today, we are part of the technology revolution. So it has to be also at schools. We simply cannot repeat what other generations of teachers have done. We have to bring our students to be more creative, innovative, and critical, and to prepare our pupils to the real life of technology. Let's go back to the development of global interaction. In 1968, the network was developed. In 1977, the small desktop computers came to the market. The CD-ROM and the flash drive memory was developed in 1987. And about a few years later, the laptop computers and wireless network was developed around the globe. In 2007, the smartphone came to the market. The cell phone, the cellular, was developed by Martin Cooper in 1973. In 1995, the cell phone became part of humanity. And the smartphone, third generation, was in the market in 2001. 10 years later, the I-generation multitasking forms a new way of technology and changes our lives. Coetzer in 2016 in his paper revealed the changes around the world using smartphone and as he predicted, that is 2020, most of the world will use smartphones in their daily life. So children are naturally growing with higher levels of information access. There's a capacity of knowledge that is endless. The smartphone application helps us to use it for so many things, like helping us with our diets, calculating our steps, movements, heart rate, enjoying music, listening to lectures or audiobooks, playing games, and even checking our quality of sleep. We have our WhatsApp application that helps us to use it in connection with our students or parents to send important information and even online notes. That is the end for destroying trees. We should know how to treat it and how to cope with it, with the technology epidemic. So if we can't beat them, let us join them. This is not exactly true. We as adults, grown-ups, must draw a clear line when it comes to use the smartphone, especially in physical education. Here are some smartphone applications examples in physical activity. We want students to take part of any physical activity at school, but mainly after school hours, or even adults that want to do physical activity, they can work out after work. In order to increase motivation for physical activity, we can use the hybrid interval timer.
Hybrid interval timer offers us to write personal training sessions
Ladies and gentlemen, Ph.D. students, I am your personal coach. I'm a great motivation tool, a perfect ICT trainer. You write instructions, then I tell you what to do. You will be fit with me. I promise you will enjoy me. Exercise finished.
Teachers can observe pupils by giving them a special application, and according to the application, they work out.
We'll now begin the push-up section. Ready? Begin. Down, up, 1, down, up, 2, down, up, 3, down, 6, down, up, 7.
By using the smartphone, we can organize peer learning and analyzing athletic skills, as you can see in the following example.
The technique application in our cell phone is free for use. In a counterpart study, the pupil films each other while practicing in a physical skill. In this application, we could analyze all kinds of physical skills. As we could see in the following example, we can check some important and interesting elements of biomechanics moves and analyze the skills. This way of studying arouses the interest and motivates the pupils to take part in physical activity.
When we analyze skills, we could use the argument duality by using a great application.
Argument duality enables our students to explore topics in innovative, fascinating ways.
Let's go back to research and check about the teachers that were asked from the paper of Palika in 2016 if they would like to use applications in their physical activity classes. So only 22.5% said that definitely they would use it. Another 30% said that generally. So that means that 50% don't want to use applications in physical education classes. Another interesting question in Palika research asked teachers if they could imagine pupils use smartphone in physical education. Only 22% agreed definitely they can see it. About 40% cannot imagine students use physical education applications in their classes. So, to conclude, our presentation, academic review was conducted by the researcher to explore the extent to which ICT tools are prevalent among pupils and teachers, examining the motivation. ICT tools are relatively new for inventions associated with health and physical activity in physical education. Educational ICT tools are expanding in the market rapidly. The mobile app's efficiency enhancing the physical activity rate is not being clearly demonstrated. The research has provided us with a taxonomy of physical activity ICT tools that should promote physical education and boost motivation for physical activity during and after school or work. I summarize the presentation by inviting you all to the new world of pedagogic tools and teaching physical education. Thank you for listening.